Unfortunately, I didn't get a burger. I really wanted one. I was starving. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Craft Race. And obviously, continuing the Halloween theme for this October, I decided to do a Dragula special. So we have Queens from season 1 and 2 of Dragula, as well as the Boulay brothers on the Wheel of Queens. And I have to say, there is a ton of creativity up there. If you haven't watched Dragula, I'd 100% recommend it. It's really, really great. But anyway, let's find out who we're crafting in today's episode and spin that wheel. Loris!
Loris.
Right, I'll have to have a quick look on the computer because I haven't seen season 1 of Dragula in a long time, and we'll check to see which looks we want to craft on today's episode. I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty crazy though. Right, just having a quick look through her looks, and I think the first episode where I think they were doing like a witch challenge or something. Again, I can't remember because it's been a while, but even her first look before the reveal and then a second look after the reveal, both of them are contenders because they're really cool looks. Another option which would be really fun, and it's super colourful too, would be her nuclear. Were they doing superheroes or something on this episode? Again, I can't remember, but that looks really interesting, and it'll be really fun to create too. And I think finally, the next look that I'm thinking about making is the rabbit zombie that she did, where, let's face it, she kind of missed the challenge a bit. I remember this episode because everyone did crazy zombie characters, and Loris came out as a rabbit for some reason. It was an amazing look, don't get us wrong. It was just such a strange choice for the challenge. But that's a really cool look. I think I would struggle to recreate that, if I'm honest. I think it would be a bit difficult for us. So I think with that being said, I'm going to go for her nuclear superhero look because I can have a lot of fun with that one. So let's roll out some clay and then we can get started. But before I do that, make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss any of my uploads. Right, I'm back and I've pre-rolled my clay, and unconsciously, I made a heart. I couldn't have rolled out a skull or anything like that since it's Halloween themed. I had to roll out a bloody love heart. But anyway, let's cut this head out. I think I'm going to make it quite small as well because there's a lot of hair going on. Right, I think I've made a head a little bit too small, but that's okay. Right, I want to get these plumes of hair. I'll cut the tufts of hair out and then I'll do the plaits, I think. This can be the tuft in the front. So you've got like orange on that side, a yellowy orange on this side, and then a blue on this side. Right, I think that's looking a little bit like what I want it to look like. Just a little bit though, not a lot. Now I'm just going to add some eyes, which I'll put here. A little nose. And I'm actually not going to make the lips because it looks as if she's painted the teeth onto the lips to give it that kind of like mouth teethy effect with the blood coming down. So I think I'll do all that with paint later on. Alright, some little ears on the side as well. Yes, yes, that looks good. Well, it's questionable. I'm going to make these hair braids as well. I've done this before. I made one for Aquaria's long ponytail and it turned out quite good. So hopefully I'll have the same results. They've turned out pretty decent. They're not too bad. Basically, I just want to give the idea that it's there. It doesn't have to be perfect. And also, it's hard in the picture to figure out where they actually live on her head. Now, I want the chest pack. She's got a really interesting necklace with the nuclear symbol on. So I want to make sure I get that done. Right, okay, so I've got the torso created there. I'll slip that under. She kind of has like a band and then the nuclear symbol. So I want to make sure I craft that because I think that's an important part of the look. You have to admit the looks from Dragula are so much more creative than on Drag Race. I suppose they have the opportunity to do so as well. It's very horror themed and dirty and gross.
And I love it.
If you have OCD, I'm so sorry because that is not centered at all. Right, and then I'll paint on the vest top that she has on, and I'll paint on the like nuclear watery explosion that she has on as well, and the blood. I need to make the earrings. I can't tell whether the earrings are a pair of scissors or not. They look like scissors. I'm just going to do drop down pointy things. I don't think that's looking too bad actually. It looks a bit freaky without the mouth, but as soon as that's painted on, I think we're onto a winner. I think it's going to look really cool. Right, okay, so I'll pop her in the oven, get it baked, get it primed, and then I'll meet you back here and we can start decorating it. And that'll be the best part yet. It's going to be so much fun, so much colour. I can't wait. Right, okay, I'm back and she's been primed. I'm not sure whether she is blue, but the image I'm looking at, she looks pretty blue to me. So I think I've done the perfect job. And I have to say as well, I've got the most colours I've ever used on any episode of Craft Race ever. There's so much detail to happen. Right, I think I'm going to start off with the hair. So we've got this bit that is orange, this bit that's yellow, and this bit that's blue. Yeah, but let me know if you watch Dragula, which I would have thought you would be if you're watching this episode of Craft Race. And if you do watch Dragula, who's your favourite queen? I'm not sure who mine would be. I really liked Vanda Van Odd. Is that what her name was, I think? I thought she was really cool. I saw Meatball as well, not long ago. She was touring with Morgan McMichael's Detox, Brooklyn Heights, Vanjie. She was touring with all of them and she was really good. She threw McDonald's into the audience. Unfortunately, I didn't get a burger. I really wanted one. I was starving. And I haven't watched season 3 yet. I really need to catch up, but I think it's great that they've got a drag king on. It would be nice if Drag Race was inclusive, as Dragula is, because it would be nice to see different art forms and drag kings on there and cis women on there and just lots of other things. I think that's what separates Dragula from Drag Race, and especially the fact that it feels just very less produced and manufactured. But I still love both shows. I think they both offer something different to one another. I just think they can both really learn from each other. Like Dragula, the quality of season 1 was so bad. You could tell they were on a budget. So I think Dragula could learn from Drag Race in production values, but I think Drag Race could learn from Dragula in just being a bit outside the box and less kind of what they think drag is all about and whatnot. But again, I suppose they're just reality TV shows, aren't they? I don't know whether we're getting too carried away. Yeah, with this side of her hair as well, it's basically the same colour as her skin, but I'm going to paint it slightly darker just so it looks a little bit different. I was thinking about Loris as well when I was waiting for her to cook and prime, and the one thing that stood out, which I just remember off the top of my head, was when she did that big monologue because she was a vegan and one of her punishments she had to eat. Did she have to eat brains or something? And she went on to this big speech while the other two were just shoving brains down the throat. And by the time she finished, she put like one little bit in her mouth. But it's kind of crazy that she's a vegan and she ate brains or whatever it was. That's one thing Dragula does, they really push them to the limits. Like I was shocked when Kendra and I think it was Elizabeth Black, could have been someone else actually, I'm not sure, but they got tattoos. They had their first ever tattoo on the show as a punishment on the bloody arse, and it wasn't even a nice tattoo either. Whereas on Drag Race, if you don't do very well, you just lip sync for your life. In fact, it looks kind of like some of the colours run through the hair, so I might try and add just some kind of flicks of colour through. She couldn't have had one colour hair, could she? She had to have 3. I regret it. Right, I think I'm going to start on the eyes. I also don't think I'm going to be able to get the eyelashes on, but I'm going to try and get that like super cool purple arch. Her makeup skills are definitely way better than mine. Right, one detail I want to get on is she's got eyelashes kind of like here and here, and then she's got like a gap here. It looks strange, but probably it's because I've done it. It looks really good when she's done it. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to paint the teeth on, and I'm going to have to add the detail afterwards because things are just going to be too wet. She does have some pink going kind of around. Bit off more than I can chew. This is a hard look to do. It's colourful, but it's difficult. See, there's a lot of black that needs filling in there. And then there's the blood that drips down too, which I'm going to have to do off camera. Right, I do want to add some toxic, gross, yellow blobs around her mouth. Right, I want to paint the earrings silver because I think they are silver. Oh my god, I've just looked at it. It looks crazy. It's so colourful. I kind of love it though. It doesn't look anything like it, but it's looking really cool. I think I'm done for now. And I'm going to have to add a lot of detail in afterwards. Like I said, it is just so wet, I can't do a lot with it. Right, so here we have Loris for now. But obviously, I am going to add lots of detail to her. And I'll put what the kind of finished Loris looks like on the screen now. And hopefully, she looks way better than what she does at the minute. But I have to admit, I had a lot of fun making this one. It was so colourful, so creative. I really enjoyed it. But hopefully you enjoyed today's Halloween themed episode of Craft Race using the Dragula Queens. I thought it was definitely a bit of a change up, a bit of a mix up. And I had a lot of fun with it. And I will tweet and email and try and get in touch with Loris to see if I can get this to her. But we can take her off the board. Not that it matters too much because we'll be changing it back to the original setup that we had before for the next episode. If you do enjoy Halloween, you'll be happy to know that next week I have another Halloween themed video. I hope it turns out really good, but I'll give you one hint. And that hint is friends. Friends.
Friends.
If you have any guesses, let us know in the comments below what it could be. But yes, hopefully I'll see you next Friday for a brand new video. Bye!